Hello. In this example, we want to go ahead and factor completely 3x squared plus 14x plus 8. Now, okay, so the first thing we want to look for is a common factor. So between x squared, x, and no x, there are no x's in common. How about the coefficients? 3, 14, and 8. Well, 3 and 14 don't share any common factors, so we're done. There are no common factors. But let's go ahead and look at this in a little bit different light. We do need two sets of parentheses, but notice that this leading term here does not have a 1 in front. There's actually a number in front that's not 1. And that's actually something that gives us a lot of difficulty. And so as a result, we need a way of dealing with that. Now, some of y'all may like to just use guess and check. Now, guess and check would be to say put a 3x and an x there, because 3 and 1 gives us 3. And then positive, go ahead and do everything from here on out. Positive means that they are the same sign. This plus tells me what they are. So they're both plus. And then I can either put a 2 and a 4, or 4 and a 2, or a 1 and an 8, or an 8 and a 1. Those are actually all 4 possibilities here. But notice that if I FOIL this out, I'd have to do 3 times 4, which is 12, 2 times 1, which is 2, and oh, that actually happens to be the answer. So 12 plus 2 is 14. But if I did this the other way around, 3 times 2 is 6, plus 4 times 1 is 4, 6 plus 4 is 10. That doesn't give me the right answer. 3 times 8 is 24. 1 times 1 is 1. 24 plus 1 is 25. 3 times 1 is 3. 8 times 1 is 8, and that'll give me 11. In other words, when you FOIL this out, the oi in the FOIL, you have to make sure that that's going to give you that middle term. So the actual answer from all this is in fact going to be 3x plus 2 times x plus 4. But let's just say that you don't know how to do that off the top of your head. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to do something called bottoms up. And so to do bottoms up, what we're going to do is deal with that number that's giving us difficulty. So we're going to take this 3, move it over here, and multiply by that 8. And what we're going to do, instead of factoring this, is we're actually going to factor something completely different. It will be x squared plus 14x plus that 8 times 3, which was 24. Now, notice x squared plus 14x plus 24, 3x squared plus 14x plus 8. Two different things, but they're going to give us the same answer in the end. But notice what happened. By moving this over here, the number in front of x squared is now 1, which makes everything a whole lot easier to factor. So 2 sets of parentheses. And because there's just a 1x squared here, we're guaranteed for this to be an x and an x. And then go like normal. Start with the second sign first. That's positive. What does that tell us? That they are the same sign. And since it's the same sign, we look at the first sign, which is positive. That's what they will be. So they will both be positive. Good. Now, what multiplies to 24 and has a sum of 14? And remember, if you need to, go ahead and write down all of the factors of 24. 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, and 4 and 6. Whenever you add these together, that gives you 25, 14, 11, and 10. And notice that the number that we want here is 14. So that's going to give us 2 and 12. Excellent. This is the factorization of this, but it is not the factorization of this. So what we need to do is we need to get back there. And to get back there, we have to realize, what did we do? We multiplied the last term by the leading coefficient. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to now divide by the leading coefficient for both of the constant terms this time. It's a little bit weird, I know, but it's something that you'll get used to. And then simplify. 2 over 3 simplified is 2/3. 12 over 3 simplified is 4. And at this point, anytime you have a denominator, and you will have a denominator, it goes up in front of the x within that factor. Now over here with the 4, technically it's over 1, so you can think of the over 1, the 1 coming up in front of the x, but it doesn't change anything. So if you don't have a denominator, it doesn't change anything for that factor. But because we do have a 3 here that goes in front of x, and notice that we have 3x plus and then just 2. Not 2 over anything, just 2. So the denominator kind of goes away. Well, it doesn't really go away. It goes in front there. But notice that that's exactly what we got here. 3x plus 2, x plus 4. Bottoms up works. Not only does it work, I actually recommend that you use it. A lot of people find that much easier than just trying to guess and check. Alrighty. Well, in that case, I think we are done with this example. I'll see you in the next one. Have fun.